Easy to grow, healthy, and delicious when fresh. Let's look at growing okra. So we will be growing two okra varieties today, Emerald, and the other variety is called Louisiana Green Velvet. And both these varieties are not only very delicious but also very easy to grow. So this is our site where we will be growing our okra. It's a 4-foot by 4-foot raised bed. And what I have done is I've sowed the seeds directly on these raised beds. Okras don't like to be transplanted. It's best if you sow them directly. So you can grow about 25 okra plants in a 16-inch square area. So at 20 days you can see all the seedlings have emerged. And you can thin the seedlings so that there are not multiple plants growing at one place. But I've noticed that with okra it's okay to leave a few areas with a few plants. This is how the plants look like once they've grown a little bit more. And this is really the time they need to be fed really well to develop their leaves and stems. Now if you're using organic fertilizers, they take time to decompose, so you might want to start at least 3 months in advance before you reach this stage. If you're using synthetic fertilizers, they're readily available to the plants. You could either use a slow release fertilizer like shake and feed, or you could use an instant fertilizer. The instant fertilizers need to be reapplied every couple of weeks. If you're going organic, just make sure that you use a variety of organic matter, and that's going to supply all the nutrients that your plants need. For this raised bed, I went mostly with organic ingredients. I used an all-purpose or a balanced fertilizer, and that seemed to do a really good job for this okra bed. So as you can see, the okras have now started emerging. And okra pods will keep forming as long as the temperatures are good. You need warm to hot temperatures for okra. And if you have seen an earlier video on growing okra, you might have realized or known that cool weather is not a good thing for okra plants. This is an okra flower, and okras have no problem with pollination at all. I never had to pollinate any of my okra flowers, and they all set fruit. So it's now grown to a size where we can harvest the okra pods. So let's go ahead and do that. So from a 16-inch square area of growing okra, you can get a lot of pods every day throughout the growing season. So I would suggest that for a family, a small family, these many okra plants, like about 20 to 25, are quite enough. Now some of these okra plants did get aphids and some other insects that disfigured some of those leaves, as you can see here. But for this batch of okra, I never used any insecticides, including organic ones. All I did was just wash away the aphids that were sitting on the okra plants by using a water hose. That's all I did for getting rid of the insects on the okra plant. And other than aphids, I did not see any other insects attacking my okra plant. You can see here the okras are now forming really well, and soon you will see that all the plants will have a lot of pods and you will have a big supply of okra coming up. Okra is one vegetable that I always recommend eating fresh. They just taste so good when they're fresh. They're nice, crispy, and you can make a lot of things out of it. Now I wanted to show you the difference between the two varieties that we grew. This is the emerald okra. It's a little bit fatter and less long. This one is the Louisiana green velvet. Long pods, very slender and silky. So both of these are great varieties to grow, they're just different. So at the end of the season, the okra plants that I'm growing are about 10 foot tall now. So I had to cut off some of the tips so that I could harvest them easily. And okra is a very prolific grower. At least these two varieties grow really well as long as you take basic care of it. So I hope you enjoyed this video on growing okras in raised beds. And I hope this inspires you to grow okra in your garden. I'll see you again soon. Happy gardening.